Hey folks, welcome back to Black and White. Leaving Stratton City and heading on to Route 3. See that thing there? That's a Pokemon. We cannot get at it because we can't surf or fish at this point. It's a bit frustrating. And you see there's a Pikachu hedge there, and that guy would stop you if he didn't have the badge. Now Route 3 is basically the daycare route. You got a Pokemon daycare, which you can put a Pokemon in and have them gain experience while you walk around, and then a human daycare where you can feed up toddlers. That's a little more interesting for us. So first up is the teacher, or nursery aide. It's a bit of a lengthy description, okay. Anyway, she leads with a Lillipup. It's nothing you haven't seen before. But her second Pokemon is more interesting, which is why I kept the fight. As you can see, Lilo's getting pretty good at 2KOing things. Might have been able to one-hit KO with Takedown, I don't know. And her second Pokemon is a Munna. And since this is the first trainer-controlled Munna we've seen, I figured it was interesting enough to look at. So tackling it was about half, and just for the sake of demonstration, Bite, which is super effective, but with Stab, it probably doesn't matter very much. Now then, you'll see that Lilo is level 16. Now, normally, Lillipup would evolve at level 16 into a Herdier, or however you pronounce it, but I used the B button powers to stop that evolution, and will do so for the remainder of the game. Because I don't plan on using an Everstone, that's a waste of a hold item. Anyway, these preschoolers here have each of the pan Pokemon, the monkeys, elemental monkeys. And in case I didn't explain it well enough before, Pansage, Pansear, and Panpour are grass, fire, and water respectively. And basically they're there as a second set of starter Pokemon, kinda sorta. They're to teach you type advantages for the first gym. And they're not quite as good as the starters, because they only one evolution, and that one evolution isn't really as good as the starters. But they're certainly capable, they'll pull you through to the end of the game. I didn't really want to use one just because it feels like an easy gift rather than like a legitimate Pokemon to catch or use. You get one given to you in the Dream Yard, and then you can find all of them in the wild elsewhere in the game. So you won't be missing out, just a little later on. They're also very goofy looking, if you didn't know. Just clarifying that for you. And then the last set of toddlers is down here. 2 twins. Now since this is a double battle, I'm going to be showing off the double powers here on my black team. Even though Munna's the only permanent member here, Snivy is just kind of along for the ride. And I kind of need to keep Snivy along because Manfred can't damage Purloins at this point, because Psybeam is a psychic move and that doesn't affect dark types like Purloin, and that is Manfred's only offensive capability right now. But I do have the power of Yawn, which is very useful. I'll probably be keeping that through most of the game. Snivy gets a move called Leaf Tornado, which I believe is new in this generation. It's pretty good for an early move. Special move, I don't remember its base power off the top of my head, but it's certainly a lot more capable than Vine Whip. Now over on the white side, I'm basically dealing with the Trad, trying not to do anything useful, and Lilo's killing things. Pretty simple. Anywho, it's a bit frustrating here that the Leaf Tornado business puts him in the red but doesn't kill him, so that's just an extra turn that I need to waste on them. Manfred is, by the way, very slow. That's something that will persist throughout the game. Pointless crit right there. Basically high HP and high special attack, but slow attack. So I'm definitely going to have some speedier Pokemon to kind of balance that. So yeah, here I'm just stuck defense curling, because I can't do anything else useful. And Purrline goes down. So back to White here. And we have information that I already know. And then messing around on the menu a bit. I know, it's amazing. It's fun. You should always heal here because we're about to run into a rival battle. Hi there, Cheren. Again, the game likes to throw boss and rival battles at you kind of out of nowhere, so be prepared. Anyway, Cheren will lead with his starter, in this case it's Oshawott. And I am not afraid of Oshawott in the slightest. Just take down, and yep, he's dying. Not a one-hit KO, probably because, you know, it's level 14. It's bulky enough. Here, getting up a workup, because I wanted to make sure that I could devastate it and whatever Pokemon came in next. Also, I didn't want to down Triself with Takedown anymore, so getting a kind of bulked up tackle was a good idea. Anyway, on the black front, Manfred versus the Tepig. And I kind of wish that he had evolved this Tepig by this point, because then it would be part fighting, and Psybeam would be super effective and actually be an easier fight, even if it were a couple levels above this. It would be a 2-hit KO, but Cheren has this thing about held berries that he learned at the trainer school. So that makes it into a 3 KO. A bit annoying, but it's fine. And alas, Manfred only has one attacking move, since I replaced Psywave because it sucked. So, kinda stuck on the PP front here. Anywho, that shows off the star difference, and Cheren will always have a Purrloin as his second Pokemon. And it's dead already. Yay! Oh my golly. Cheren has this absolutely insistent thing about why the hell were you running? Like running is some sort of taboo. You know, I mean, two guys in strange outfits just came running by. You think her running behind them might indicate some sort of chase, I don't know. Anyway, stolen Pokemon, let's go. If you're beat up after that rival battle, be sure to heal. Cheren will remind you. I don't need to do that, because I'm a man. Anyway, this is Wellspring Cave. We'll explore this more in depth later, once we have Surf and can navigate a bit better. Anyway, this guy had up a trap. Or girl, or whatever, I can't even tell. And here's a sort of interesting thing, as interesting as these early plasma fights can get. It's a team double battle. I've had a couple of these in the series. They're not super common. But you will fight two enemies, often with uninteresting Pokemon such as the trap, and you will have an NPC as your comrade. Now generally, it's probably more to your advantage to have your own Pokemon as a teammate and not have to rely on the AI to not be stupid. But I think it's a fun way to shake things up. Now, unfortunately, this isn't challenging in the slightest, so just kind of, yeah, he's dying. the game really doesn't get challenging up until... I'd say the second gym leader is the first challenging thing, and then it's still a while after until you get a real challenge. Plasma! Cheren doesn't get a lot of things. So, we got the Pokemon back, Cheren will return it, and I'm gonna make the loop around and grab that item there. There are a number of wild Pokemon in here that we'll run into when we fight trainers with them, so I won't show them off here. See that thing? That is either a rock or a wild Pokemon, but there's no way I would get around to that without running into another wild Pokemon, so it would disappear. This here is a Pidove. It's basically the Pidgey of this generation. It's a couple routes late, honestly. I'm surprised it wasn't in the first couple, like 1 and 2. But it's relatively good. It's not as good as, say, the Starly line, because nothing's ever good as the Starly line. And this trainer has nothing that we haven't seen before. It might be your first run-in with a Pidove if you didn't run into a wild one, but other than that, nothing too interesting. And there's another repel. I won't be using too many repels, except in long caves where there's nothing of interest. But, yeah. This child is so nice that we'll get heal balls. I don't know if I've ever caught something in a heal wall. And often it's pretty useless, because your party will be full, and a Pokemon will go to the PC and be automatically healed anyway. Anyway, this dude has another Pokemon that is available wild on this route. Blitzel, first electric type of game. I used a Blitzel in my own personal playthrough. It's pretty competent. Struggled a bit near the end game, but certainly not bad. There are better and worse electric types in the game. Here it just kind of goes down and jump though. I'm there. Ooh, and look, different colored grass. It's amazing. So yeah, that has the possibility of causing wild double battles, which are a pain in the butt because you can only catch a Pokemon if there's only one on the field. Anyway, this girl. She has a Woobat. It is one of the 2 wild encounters in Wellspring Cave. And it's psychic flying. It's really pretty awesome. I used one, and again, in my own personal playthrough. And it was a beast. Good special attack and good speed. Bit lacking in type coverage, but definitely very capable. It's basically a Zubat, except psychic instead of poison. And I think a little bit better. Anyway, grab that item down there, and I need to wild Pokemon. You get a Great Ball, which I won't be using, probably. That girl had nothing of interest, apparently. We have an awakening here. Still haven't had to use any of those status items. Now this guy, well, his first Pokemon isn't bad, it's just a Pidove. But his second Pokemon, no, his second Pokemon. We'll get into that when we get to him, but yeah, kill the Pidove. Pidoves are never the biggest threat on any team, just because they're normal flying, so unless you're doing like a bug monotype run, it won't be too tough. We have a 19. And Roggenrola. This is the other wild Pokemon in Wellspring Cave. It's basically Geodude 2.0. It's not part ground, but evolves to level 25 and then by trading. And it's It's a rock type with high physical defense, and Lilo is a physical attacker, so using takedown and bite, it's just gonna be a slow whittlefest. Hopefully there won't be too many of these. But I can always edit them, of course. Now, for the sake of comparison, here's Manfred versus this same Roggenrola. Yeah, special attacks. Go. Roggenrola has the ability Sturdy, which in the 5th generation has the added effect of not allowing any move to one-hit KO, whether or not it's a designated one-hit KO move. All it does is serve to waste PP. And that takes care of the trainers for this route. Head on out. Sunny, it's nighttime, bud. Hell yeah! This here is basic questionnaire. I don't actually know the purpose. But, yep, going out. And here we are in the city that the game decided not to display because Cheren is rude. Not Green City. And yeah, all he does is show you to the Pokemon Center and give you some berries. I don't really know the point. And that takes care of that. So, head into the Pokemon Center. And I'll see you guys next time.